You're watching and listening to Wood and Erek. The show begins now.
Good morning, Eric and Amber.
Good evening, Wood and Kim.
Yes, we did it. The first ever. Can we get a celebratory thing for this? The first ever Wood and Eric couples cast. Yay!
Woo!
I was gonna say no kids yet, but you guys do have a kid who is
He's upstairs.
currently being sat. We appreciate
Yes.
the sitter sitting the kid
Yes.
so that Amber could join us. This
The
is very
sponsor of the show.
very exciting
Amber's
for
sister.
all of us, but me and Kim and I, because I mean Kim's been on streams a lot, but Amber is a little bit more of an enigma, a little bit more behind the scenes. I haven't seen
Yes.
Amber in a very long time, and Kim has never met Amber before ever.
First time.
This is the first time. Say hi to each other.
Hello. Because you're like this big on the screen, so I'm like,
I know.
it feels weird. And we've been talking for like half an hour.
Oh,
so
That
I'm
is
like,
true.
yeah.
We have been talking for like an hour before the show starts.
I was showing Amber a photo the other day of like the last time that all three of us were together, and that was when we went to the U.S. Embassy and
Yes.
got your visas, and that was the last time that we were all sat.
That was
Together.
so
Last
long
time we saw
ago.
you.
Yep.
Was it? Yeah.
I got like I don't even know. Was it a 5-year thing?
It was
So
a 5-year.
It's probably
Yep.
expired. It's probably been
Yep.
so
Mine's
long that
expired.
yeah, it's the
Amber's expired.
visas we got together over 5 years ago have expired, and that was the last time we saw each other. What a
Can't
blast!
go
I
back.
was so nervous that day. By the way, I thought for
I
sure
know.
they were going to decline me for some reason.
I know, right?
But you had like a flight booked 7 days later or something.
Yeah, I know. I was like, I was
Oh,
pushing
I
it.
You were
remember
cutting
that.
it fine.
Yeah.
You
I was
didn't you
cutting it
have to,
real
like,
close.
You left your passport with them, and you had to have them like.
Oh,
mail it back to you.
yeah!
Is
Because
that
I got
right?
there like the day before.
Yeah, I forgot about that completely. I had my whole trip booked. I had bought the tickets, thousands of dollars, but I didn't have the visa. And I went 7 days before my flight, and they took my passport and had to mail it to me. And it literally came in the day before I was supposed to fly. That was terrifying.
Unbelievable.
This is episode 19 of our show still. It is a normal episode, kind of. More special for sure, which means we have voicemail.
Oh yeah.
All right, I'll go ahead and play that here.
Hi, Wood and Erek. My name's Alex. I just turned 19. I'm from Canada.
Hi.
Sunday used to be my
Hi.
least favorite day of the week, but recently I got into both the turnip trade on my Animal Crossing world and the Wood and Erek show, so now Sunday is one of the best days of
It's
the
a good
week.
combo.
Nice.
I do have one really important thing I wanted to say to Wood in particular.
Hi.
I apologize in advance. I talk really fast and I get nervous. Wood, you mentioned on the show a few weeks ago when you were discussing like the health issues that you've been dealing with, that when you were really sick, you put on Bob Ross and it just really soothed you and made you feel better.
I did that.
And I wanted to let you know that you are literally my Bob Ross. I deal with chronic pain, and I recently found that I might have an autoimmune disease, so I've been having way more bad days than good days lately. But when I'm having a day like you had, where you literally just curled up on the floor, I do the same thing, only I pull out my phone and I watch your videos. I'm super passionate about Nintendo games, especially Zelda, so I really connect with you on that level. And I really, really love how passionate you are about what you do, and of course, how candid you are about mental health, because that, not a lot of people have the balls to talk about that.
I got the balls.
Yeah, I just think that you and Kim are just a pair of incredible human beings, and I don't
Kim's
think
here.
you realize how much you've helped me out, and I'm sure other people feel the same way. And the impact that you've had on my life, I'm getting so emotional. I've never met you before. It's so weird. But yeah, thank you. And all three of you, Wood, Erek, and mystery producer, please keep going with the show. You guys are all amazing. Thank you so much. Bye.
Never canceling the show confirmed, just so we can make her happy every
Yeah.
Sunday. Also, I have
That's
so
great.
much to say. First, I want to say I love the turnip and the podcast on the same day,
yeah.
because it has been said that we are the turnip of podcasts. If we were a vegetable, we would be the turnip. And I gotta say, I thought she was about to say about the Bob Ross thing, like, yeah, I love Bob Ross too,
Yeah.
or whatever.
It pivoted.
But when it pivoted, I was like, oh no,
Boy.
this needs to end. That was so
great.
sweet. I don't even know
Some
what to
very
say.
kind words.
Thank you so much. I don't even know what to say to that. Someone else take the floor now. I'm literally
I know
like...
exactly how to take the floor, but just 2 seconds here.
Oh, we didn't get pen and paper.
Oh, nuts.
Oh, bombshell.
I told you they were coming.
Absolute bombshell.
I told you they were coming. I
Woo!
got all 20 of
I
them,
should've.
and I just signed number 20 on live on air.
That is
Ooh,
insane. You told us in the pre-show there was like bad... You alluded to it being bad news about the valued viewer form.
I don't know, like, yay!
Yeah.
So they're finally printed. They're here. I'm gonna mail them to you with the
Oh
same
my
exact
God.
Sharpie so we can match.
When okay,
I'll
so
have-
when you pulled up, thank you, by the way. There's no way I
Yeah.
get a silver Sharpie here. When you pulled up a piece of paper, I assumed that it was going to be pen and paper to play the Newlywed Game.
Oh no!
That took me completely by surprise.
The confusion on your face.
I-
I saw there were words on it.
How do they look? It's the for those listening to the audio version, it's the valued viewer form. Do they look
Yeah,
good?
They look so professional.
I mean, is it like
Wow.
gloss
Look at
paper?
that
That looks
glossy
so
finish.
good.
Yeah.
I love your
There you
signature
go.
there already.
It's so
Oh, I know,
fancy.
right?
My
Professional,
God.
neat and professional.
How many did you get printed?
20.
My God.
Ooh.
That sounds about right. Yeah, we probably won't do more
Yeah.
than that.
Let me go.
No,
run
probably
and
not.
grab
I
the
think we were
whiteboard.
at 5
Huh?
right now.
I'll run and grab the whiteboard
Oh,
and come back.
okay.
With it, because you needed it for the game.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Kim has left the show to go and get a whiteboard. So let's talk about what we're doing today. We'll allude to the whiteboard.
Yeah.
Because our wives are here, we want to get to know them a little bit, and we're going to do that in a couple of different ways. We're going to literally talk about them and us and our relationship, and we will let them talk. We're just waiting for them to feel more comfortable to talk, and then
Yeah, we're
they'll
getting there.
run free. But you look so terrified. It's adorable. We're going to play the Newlywed Game as well, and then if we have time later in the show, we might share some embarrassing stories and play another game, but we'll see how the show goes, because Kim and I want to talk about our marriage process and all of that, and that's a long story, and I assume you guys have your own long story about all of that. I mean,
Yeah.
you are also an international couple, and why are you both laughing at that?
I'm not laughing. I'm just think it's good to finally talk to another American on the show for once.
Screw the producer.
I don't know what the producer is.
Yeah, that's true. Could
It
be
could be anything.
anything.
I could be anything, mate.
Did you get a...
Yes,
Oh,
it
you
is.
did.
Ooh.
Oh, you got it from the fridge?
Yeah.
Did you scribble off the shopping list?
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right. First up, we usually catch up on our week, but we missed last week. So all four of us are going to catch up on our last 2 weeks. I hope Kim and Amber have prepared their last 2 weeks of their lives in dot point form to give it to us right now. Do you want me to go first and talk about what happened?
Yeah, why don't you go first? Let's clear the air
Okay.
as to why we weren't, because there's people that are going to hold us accountable if we don't.
Yeah. We actually ever we missed last week. Have we ever actually missed a week before other than a holiday?
We missed one. We didn't do a show in 1 week because we did the hot tub.
Oh yeah.
Well, that was still kind of doing something.
count.
Other than that, no.
Well, we did officially miss a week, and I canceled it the morning of. And a big apologies to our dedicated viewers, or 5 of you, because it was just out of nowhere. And the reason is, and I don't want to go into it too much, but I had to let go of an editor that I had because I got completely screwed last weekend. It was one of the most stressful weekends of my life. I don't want to go into it too much because obviously, there's people involved here, but I handed a job, a video to an editor and gave them 2 weeks. And that was very lenient. Like, it's like a 3-day edit. And I was like, yeah, it's just 2 weeks. Take your time. But I need it by this day because it's like a deadline I can't miss as a sponsor. And they're pretty they're the kind of sponsor that will pull out. And with contracts, Eric, shut up. With contracts,
I didn't say a single
I
thing.
swear to God, with these contracts, if you break them, I mean, worst case scenario, you can get sued. Like, that's not even kidding. Chances are that's not going to happen, and they're just going to drop you when you're going to lose the contract, and it might burn the bridge. And then, you know, this sponsor that I get all the time might never come back. So that deadline hit, and of course, I didn't get the video, and it was like the 5th or 6th time I worked with this editor. It was the 5th or 6th time they were late. They didn't have an excuse, and I had to spend that weekend scrambling to edit a whole new video from scratch. If you follow me on YouTube, that Zelda video was pretty much made in 48 hours with no sleep, because I had to scramble to make a brand new video to save my contract. So that's where I was Saturday and Sunday, and had to cancel the podcast. And it was such an infuriating transaction that I would go into more, but it's just like, because someone's involved, I don't want to. Yeah. Maybe somewhere along down the line, I will tell the whole story. But it was, the only reason I'm bringing it up is because it was the most unprofessional experience I have ever had working with someone. And the producer and Erek and Kim, and I'm assuming maybe Amber might have been passed down the information, or know the actual story and everything that I went through with that. It's very frustrating.
It is a massive, like, I guess to put it this way, when you have like a sponsor on the line and you're handing off your thing to somebody else to try and get that to the deadline so that way you can put food on the table. Yeah. There's a lot of pressure to that point. And then when they're late and they're late and they're late and they're late, the massive dissertation essay that you sent over your messaging service, which, mind you, was incredibly blurry and hard to read. I still read
it's
it
because
anyway.
I took a screenshot of this massive thing I sent, but I used my phone and I did the scroll down feature, and I sent a huge blurry photo that you managed to decode. But the thing is,
imagine.
I don't know. I don't think they understood that. And I tried to make it clear, but this is my job. It's my business. And because I had to make that video and try and save that contract, I had to miss a live stream, which, you know, is also my job. I had to miss the podcast, which is also my job. I mean, it sets me back. It costs me so much. And then I could lose the contract. Thankfully, I didn't. But, you know, it's still a lot of stress. And it makes me look really bad in front of the brand, too.
Well, that's the thing, is like the brand wants somebody to pass on their brand message to like somebody trustworthy, or like an influencer, because essentially you're an influencer, right? So like
I try.
So, but yeah, I understand the stress. So
yeah, that was a horrible weekend. That was I haven't even, like, with Kim and I haven't, like, 2 weeks there where we didn't see each other really because we were both working so much. And we literally agreed that Saturday that we were going to hang out and, like, finally do something together, go to the movies or something. There's a drive-in theater near us. Yeah. And it was like, that was canceled, you know? Yeah. And I'm just up here editing on the day I'm supposed to go hang out. It just sucks. It's like, come on, man.
Yeah.
But anyway.
The chain reaction of things.
It was a huge chain reaction.
Yeah.
But that was my last weekend. Very stressful. What have you guys been up to?
About your weekend, you were probably in the similar boat as well.
I feel like the last month has just been like playing catch up, like from all our moves and everything. Like that's really impacted.
Oh my god, yeah.
My working, so I'm like a month behind. I'm sorry if any clients are watching. You are priority.
Kim, I don't know if like I think I told you bits and pieces, but I don't think you've had time to watch the show. Do you know what these two have been through?
I do not.
They have moved house like 17 times in the last month.
Why?
Well, where do you want to begin? I told you the horror break-in story.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Well, it was break into the car and then potentially break into the house.
Attempted, yeah. So we had like 2 months where we were all stressed out. Like the car was broken into, somebody tried to get into the house. So then we moved back in with our in-laws for a few weeks, and then we got into this place. So it was just a whole like whirlwind of 3 months. And on top of that, like, I mean, to catch anybody up who doesn't know, Amber's the breadwinner of our family here. She works essentially, well, not full time, but, you know, works very, very hard to support our little family unit with our son, and all that stuff was incredibly stressful. So now she's trying to like catch up, similar to you.
Yeah. I feel like I'm always playing catch up, and I'm sure you feel the same, Amber. It's always you're never caught up. There's never a point where you're like, oh, that's everything. Because if you get to that point, then it means, you know, what you have. Well, yeah, you probably forgot something. Yeah. But it also means, like, what, you have no more clients, you have no more, like, stuff? Like, no, like, there's always something. It never ends. And I can't imagine that process you went through broke my heart because we know what it feels like to have to move out of somewhere to move into somewhere temporarily again, which for you guys was moving back to your parents, to have to turn around and move out again. We did that when our house flooded.
Yep.
We had to pack everything up in a hurry. And I don't know how much stuff you guys have, but at that point, we'd been living in that place for a year and we're hoarders.
Well, your game collection.
My game
alone
collection
was like
alone.
30 boxes and heavy.
So, and we had no help, by the way, because we don't really have too many people here. The people we had were either busy or didn't want to help. So, literally, you and I alone moved couches and beds and boxes and game collections and everything out of the flooded house into an Airbnb for like 2 weeks.
That was a month. Yeah.
It was a month.
It was a month we were there.
Okay, and then we had to turn around, box it all back up, the things we didn't, unbox, and then move that into a new house. And I remember my hands were so blistered from moving boxes, because also, like, Kim was doing everything she could to help, but so much of it's, like, heavy.
It's super
So, like, I'm lifting
He's
everything.
lifting the majority of the collection.
My hands were torn up.
Yeah.
It was a rough month.
It was bad.
I can imagine. So,
And you guys
I
did it
mean,
in, like,
obviously-
3 days.
Which
Well,
was insane.
we were lucky enough to be able to keep like pretty much everything in the other house, because technically we're still renting it right now, even though we're in this brand new space. So somebody takes over that lease like
Tomorrow or the next day?
within the next couple of days. So that's what reminds me, I have to hand in the keys. So we were able to do it that way. But my gosh, what a pain in the rear end. So yeah, never ends.
Well, I'm glad you guys are settled.
Yeah.
Finally, Kim, what have you been up to?
Oh boy.
Like, I don't know.
Working.
Working?
Yeah.
You want to
Just
say
trying to-
what you've been doing?
It's just a lot of stuff. I was doing those little keychain things, and now I've figured out a way to make arms and legs out of the crappy pom-pom balls if you like roll them enough. So now I'm trying to figure out how to make them jointed so you can pose the dolls.
So I'm
So that's been a thing.
really proud of Kim because she has a YouTube channel, which for the longest time I don't think Kim really knew what you wanted to do, or you kind of knew, but you've kind of found a groove now where you've started selling on Etsy the things that you make in the videos.
Yeah.
And you've gone from just making a couple things in the video to realizing you can make like 20 things for people in the video
Yeah.
and then list them on Etsy, and then people will buy them. And like every week you're making all of this stuff, filming it, making that a video, and then turning around and selling all of this stuff. And the coolest thing lately is you took one of your plushie things and you put it in a mass production, and like some company in China made like 100 of them.
Yeah.
For
And
real, that's so cool.
And
it was a fun
I have-
process.
can you-
He's somewhere. I don't know.
That is
There he
so
goes.
cool.
He's left the show.
I stole the first one
He
out of
did.
the box. It's number 1.
Oh,
there
this
you
is
go.
so cute.
I want
So
one.
Kim designed a
I'll mail
stuffy
you one. I have
version
an
of that.
extra.
We'll buy one.
No, I'll mail it to you.
You keep giving them all away for free.
No,
Kim.
I
You have
don't.
to stop.
I have
Let-
sold 80
Every
of
time a
them,
family
it's
friend
fine.
comes around,
Let us
here's one.
support you.
But yeah, it's adorable. Kim designed it. They made it. It's almost
Aw,
identical. I think the
It's
bow
pretty
is
close. Yeah, the color. Mine's a little dingier because he's old, but yeah,
dingier.
he's dingy. The one I made.
This is brand
yeah.
new, fresh. It's a little pillow. I love it.
Oh, that's
So
cute.
cool.
We'll buy one and we'll give it to our son.
Oh.
That'll be cool.
Yeah, we gave one to Billy's kid. Whether or not he'll appreciate it, I don't know.
Bruce likes toys.
Yeah.
He likes
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
He's gonna throw it at me next time we go over. I know what's gonna happen.
I love mine. Well, is
Um,
that
what
our
about-
weeks?
What about the producer? What have you been
Yes.
up to?
Oh, well, my wife, her grandfather actually has this hi-fi system that's been sitting in his garage for a while. And I've actually been trying to restore it and get it all back in working order. It's this record player, 8-track radio, and I've been finishing it all up and cleaning it up, dusting it off, getting all the contacts deoxidized and just restoring it essentially. Because I wanted to be able to hook it up to his Echo Dot and everything so he could listen to old music through it and stuff, and it'd be so cool. And he the other day he was like, you know what, you put in so much work into this. How about you just go ahead and keep it?
That's
I was like,
nice.
That's
There you
just
go.
it's super sweet. It's yeah. I've been putting in a whole lot of work, but I was kind of hoping to kind of give it back to him so we could like, have him use it, and because
You
he's
can still
living
give
alone
it
these
back.
days, and
Yeah.
oh yeah, exactly. Well, anyways, that's kind of what I've been putting my time into lately. Is just a little bit of old hi-fi system restorations.
Very
Yeah.
nice.
Every time you tell us anything about yourself, I'm just trying to figure out like who you are.
Who could it
Who
be?
are you?
Who are you? And what are you all about? And now I know you have a wife. And we're doing a couples podcast. Where's Mrs. Producer?
She is entertaining the chipmunks.
Stuffed
old
or
Alvin.
real?
What?
Stuffed or real?
Ninja.
Ninja chipmunks.
And now I'm completely lost again.
Do you not remember?
Completely thrown off.
Oh yes, I remember. Yes, I remember. Yes.
Okay,
Yes, I
well,
remember.
At least someone listens to me.
There's just so many clues. I just tuned so many out. All right. What do you want to do now? Do you want to tell a little bit about ourselves or a little bit about how we came to be as couples in love?
Well, yeah. What's the next bullet point here is meet the wives. So why not? Let's introduce, because obviously we're on your
Yeah.
Twitch channel at
Yeah.
the moment. Everybody knows Kim,
Yeah.
but everybody's like, who's this weird dude and who's this beautiful woman with
The
this
other guy
orange?
and the other girl.
By the way,
Yeah,
if you are watching this live and you are wondering who is this weird guy on Twitch, just please watch the podcast. Like what? Like, come on, man. We're 20 weeks in. What else you got going on a Sunday other than turnips? Really? You guys go first. Tell us a little
Okay.
bit about yourselves and how you came to be. I mean, I know the start of it. I was there for it. Literally, I
I
was
was
there
gonna
for
say,
the...
I feel like you were part of it.
I was a part of, the first time you met and all of that, right?
Pretty
Eric
much.
was like texting you the whole time, "Hey, this
Yeah.
girl."
Yeah,
The
I saw...
first time.
The first time I saw you, Amber, was a picture on Erek's phone. He was like, "Is this girl cute?" I was like, "Yeah."
The first time that I guess the first date we really had was you passed me off to the bus from Adelaide back to Victoria, wherever that was.
Yeah.
And then Amber picked me up from the bus station. I was wearing a ColecoVision t-shirt.
Of course you were. You had
Of
like
course I
3
was.
shirts, and that was one.
And that was one of them. So then that was our first date. We went to McDonald's.
He didn't finish his fries.
We were both too nervous to eat our McChickens, which were medium. It was a medium McChicken meal with a Fanta, an orange Fanta. I must
Matching.
clarify. We were so sick to our stomachs over it, and then we walked around Target for a little bit. Then we were like, "Oh, let's just get married."
Oh,
Essentially-
okay.
No, I'm kidding. That was essentially it. And I'm sure it was the same kind of deal when you guys first picked up on each other. It was like, "Oh, well, when you know, you know."
Yeah.
So that was it, really.
That can't be the whole story.
Oh well, we got to know each other really well, really quickly, because at that point in time, I was on a working holiday visa in Australia, so I was the foreign guy
Yeah.
in your home country, and you're
Yeah.
the foreign guy in my home country now.
Yeah.
So obviously we've swapped spots, and we have wives of each other's respective countries.
Yeah.
So which is,
Yeah.
I always feel like you and I swapped places. in
Yeah,
life.
we've alluded to that before. It really does feel like we are the inverted versions of each other.
Yeah.
It's like such a niche thing, but anyway.
You also used to have long hair. Like, really, if you still
yeah.
had the long hair, I feel like we would literally just be like the inverted versions of each other.
Just an
Although
alternate
Yeah.
the
universe.
fact that you have short hair now really does play into it
Yeah.
even more, really, when you think about it.
Pretty much, I guess. So I'd be the discount version of wood. I'd be like plywood.
Particle board.
But chipboard, particle board. But anyway, so I was living overseas at the time, and I didn't really have anywhere to go, and didn't know anybody. So I ended up living with Amber's family for a couple of months, and I don't know. We just got to know each other very well, and
We were dating before you moved in.
I was
Clarify.
wondering about that. Like, were you an exchange student?
You didn't just
How'd that
move in
work?
and then move on in.
Oh my god. Anyway, so after that, my visa expired, and then Amber came to visit me in the States a year later, and then we got married within like 6 months of that time.
Nice.
It all happened really quick, but it wasn't like it didn't feel quick to us.
Yeah, and like we wanted to get married relatively early on, because again, when we knew, but because of like international law and visas and stuff, like if we wanted to stay together, we literally had to tie the knot.
But it wasn't like we did it. Like the timing felt right anyway.
Yeah.
Like,
It wasn't because we had to do it because of legal reasons. We
like it
wanted
just
to do
felt
it.
right timing anyway.
Yeah, and then on top of that was all that stuff, which I'm sure you guys know too.
Yeah.
Because I ended up extending my visa, and like I didn't have to be married to you to do that.
No, that's right. So yeah, your U.S. visa is now expired, but yeah, we got married within a year and a half, essentially, of knowing each other. And that's it. Now we've been together for 7 years in like a couple of weeks, and we've got a year and a half old son now. So it's just like it's all gone by in 5 minutes. Literally, I
Yeah.
feel like the moment you put me on that bus in Adelaide, that
Just
was it.
gone.
Yeah. You're welcome.
Yeah, no, thank you.
You delivered him to his new life.
Yeah, pretty much.
I birthed him onto you.
Well, how about you guys? Because to be fair,
Yeah.
there was a period, not necessarily where we fell out of touch, but I don't know, lives just kind of.
Yeah. We've
Went
talked
different
about
ways.
that too, but
Yeah.
yeah, we were working on some projects together, and then I moved, and I was so far away. I lost touch with a lot of people, and it's not like losing touch. It's just you just don't talk for a week, and then 2 weeks, and then a month, and then a few months,
Yeah.
and then suddenly it's just
piles
we
up.
don't really have anything to say until we decided to start working on something again, and then realized how much we missed each other, which was
I know.
actually really nice. So
Yeah, it was very.
and
good.
I,
It's very-
I honestly feel like at this point it's stronger than it was then, and I think
Oh,
if we
100%.
stopped doing any of this stuff, we wouldn't let that happen again. I mean, I know I wouldn't want it to.
Oh no,
Yeah.
no, we've got a good foundation friendship. Like I've said before, like it's not even me just blowing smoke or whatever, but I do think all you guys on the show, including the producer, whose entity will forever remain.
Who
anonymous,
knows? Who even knows?
You guys are all lifelong friends. So to the point that next time we go to the States, it's a priority that we visit all y'all, as
Yeah.
we would say down there
Yeah.
in Teha.
Hopefully we won't be here for that, but depends when you come,
Yeah.
I guess.
Ah, I see. Okay, very good. Well, how did you guys get together? Like honestly, there's so much that I don't know about the kindling of that relationship.
Our story will echo yours in many ways. Take it
Yes.
away, Kim.
Oh jeez, are you want me?
Yeah, I mean, if you want to. I mean, I can easily do it. It just
Okay.
depends if you want to do
Well,
it
go
or not.
on then.
Yeah, that's what I figured. You better chime in. I'm not telling
Okay.
this whole dang story on my
Okay.
own. All
Where
right.
are you starting at?
I mean, the actual story of how Kim and I started dating is something that we've told on the channel many times.
Oh, have
And
we? Okay.
yeah, I mean, here or there, I mention it on streams to the point where, like, when I start talking about it, some people are like, oh, here we go, this story again. But for those that don't know, it started, if you want to go back all the way to the start, when we met. I was just traveling around here, and I met one of Kim's friends, and
Who worked at a game store. Yeah.
and he was like, hey, you should add my friend Kim on Facebook. I think you two would get along. So I added Kim, and she accepted, and I saw she was very pretty, and I ignored her because
And
I was
didn't
very
speak
scared.
to me for like 2
So
years.
I didn't say a single word, and then she sat on my friends list for over a year, and all her photos would pop up, and I was always like, man, this girl's out of my league. I'm not even gonna bother. And then randomly one day, when I was staying in Canada, Kim messaged me, which
Wow.
blew my mind because I honestly didn't know you knew I existed. I assumed I was just creeping from the background.
Are you that guy from Beat 'em Ups?
You're that guy from Big Fan. And Kim asked me, I believe the exact phrasing was, why is Yoshi's Island so fun no matter how many times you play it? It was something like that. Something like that. And I think I had some kind of sarcastic response, like, because, I don't know, I think I had some witty joke.
Oh, did you?
I was very funny, very humorous. We'll just assume it was good. And then we started messaging that night, and then before the night ended, we were on the phone on a phone call.
Yeah, and we were on the phone for like 5 hours.
Yeah,
Wow.
like well
Well
into
the
the
next
early
day.
morning.
Yeah.
And I honestly still remember the conversation like it was yesterday.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Was it anything good?
We talked a lot about old TV shows.
Oh, yeah.
Because I have really weird tastes. I mean, my parents were British, so I grew up
Yeah.
watching a lot of British shows like Blackadder and Red Dwarf and random shows no one's ever heard of because I'm old. But Kim's had seen them all. Like
Yeah.
like random things like Mighty Boosh, like just
Yeah.
stuff I
That was
never
all my favorite
no
stuff.
one has
Yeah.
ever seen any of it. And then it got even like I remember that night it got even crazier because I was like, have you seen this movie? And it was yes. And literally even like up to this point, every movie I have and haven't seen, Kim echoes. Like there's nothing I can show Kim she hasn't seen because it's just like we had seen all the same stuff. Like it was crazy.
weird,
So
yeah.
we talked about that a lot. There was some other I honestly remember even like we ended up getting to like personal conversations and like who we were as people and what we wanted out of life. Like I remember the whole night.
Yeah. long conversation.
It was a long conversation.
Yeah.
But anyway, long story short, we got married. No.
It was technically,
Over the
yeah.
phone, same phone call.
Same phone call, yeah.
Yeah.
We had a 3-way with a priest in the call.
No.
Like a 3-way phone call. A 3-way
Your
phone
eyes.
call. Because I realized you thought what I said. Oh my god, that's worse than what Amber did.
Crazy.
Yeah, I know, right?
No. We it just so happened that in 2 weeks from that phone call,
Oh yeah.
I was going back to Texas. For
To visit
Retropalooza.
Billy, Yeah.
So we just kept talking every day, and
Yeah.
our plan was to meet up. And I'm just watching the chat laugh at us now, or laugh at me, I should say. And the first time we ever laid eyes upon each other was you met me and my friend Billy at a flea market in Covington.
No, in Cleburne.
In Cleburne,
Yeah.
sorry, I was getting confused. And it was like in the parking lot of the flea market.
Yeah.
You were like walking towards me, and yeah, I mean, I just knew. I think we were holding hands at the flea market already.
Probably.
Oh
yeah.
my lord.
Oh my
I
god.
can't handle it.
I bought a hat.
Oh yeah, you did.
I
You
bought
bought
a cowboy hat.
You
I
still
remember.
Have it.
I remember that day so vividly too.
Yeah.
I remember. I think it might have been the same day that we kissed, and I remember that like it was yesterday.
Wow.
So and then it was literally on that trip. I'm pretty sure we went to Cotton Patch with your mum and sat her down to tell her that we wanted to get married.
It's just like okay.
It was like we just knew right away, and it was a while before we did get married because of all
yeah.
the visa stuff.
Yeah.
It was probably like a good year before we even did.
Yep.
And that's why I'm saying it kind of echoed your situation because
Sounds exactly the
we
same.
knew
Pretty
that
much.
day that we wanted to get, or that first 2 weeks we wanted to get married. We didn't end up getting married for a year, but when we did get married, it was because we were under pressure all of a sudden.
Yeah.
And honestly, we personally probably wouldn't have got married that day or that week.
No, it would
We
have been
wanted-
probably like a year. Or so
Yeah,
later.
we knew we wanted to, but we wanted to have a wedding, and we
Yeah.
wanted to have like a whole day, right, and invite people. And we went to the lawyer one week, and we were like, "So we want to get married, and I want to stay here. What do we have to do to make that happen?" And she looked at my visa and everything, and she was like, "Well, on your current visa, if you don't get married in the next week, it's not happening." So
Wow.
we literally the
Wow.
next day went and got a marriage license, and then I think do you have to wait like 48 hours or something
I think so.
to make
yeah.
sure you're not
Yeah,
gonna back
yeah.
out of it?
Yeah.
And then we went and got
Yeah.
married at a courthouse.
Yeah.
And that's what we meant earlier by the guy we were talking earlier in the pre-show. There was a guy at the courthouse. It was me, you, and Billy. That was it. That was
Yeah.
the only people at our wedding.
Yeah.
But the guy that married us was like, he literally looked like
He looked like a gym teacher.
he looked like a gym teacher. Like it was his off day.
He had
he
a
walked.
tracksuit on.
He walked into the courtroom in a tracksuit with a
Route 44
Route
from
44
Sonic.
from Sonic cup. Puts it down on the little like pedestal thing, whatever
Yeah,
it is
in
that
the
he,
courthouse, yeah, the
and you
little
can see
stand.
his like kicks, his
His
like
little
white Nike
sneakies, yeah.
sneakers underneath like as well on his
The
robe.
grass stained.
Yeah.
He was so funny though. I can't remember all of his jokes, but there was one about the day we were married.
Oh yeah, 'cause
He
there's-
came up with some slogan because essentially the number broke down to like 1, 2, 3, 4 or something. It wasn't that exactly, but he was literally like, you can never forget when you were married because it's 1, 2, 3, whatever. And he had some like
Yeah,
joke,
some mathematical reasoning.
some mathematical reasoning and joke that went along with it. We
Yeah.
were dying the whole time. We wanted to get him to do our
God.
actual wedding,
Yeah, he said he'd do it.
but because of COVID, that
Yeah,
still
we
hasn't
We
happened.
haven't done that,
but-
but yeah, we'll find him
I-
again.
I remember when you said that you were getting married. Well, you had been married, and then you said that you wanted to have like a proper ceremony. I was like, oh yeah, I'll be there.
Yeah.
So that's still the plan. We would still like to do
Yeah,
Mhm.
we still want to have
remember-
our wedding. I mean, and again, now that plays into the ring because we wanted to have our wedding, and I wanted to have our wedding. So Kim's still wearing her engagement ring. I
Mhm.
wasn't wearing any ring,
Yeah.
and I always wanted the wedding to feel like a wedding because for me, I wanted it. So we were saving the actual wedding ring parts for a
Mhm.
wedding. But again, because of COVID and how long it's been, we've been married 4 years this January coming.
Yeah.
And then I think like 6 months ago, I just said to Kim, I just need a ring. Because at this point, I've been out as a married man for years, going
Yeah.
places without a ring on, and I was starting to feel bad about it. So
I know the feeling. I literally cannot like. As soon as I get out of the shower, the first thing I do is ring and glasses. They always sit together now.
yeah,
to the point that if I don't have my ring on, I feel more blind than I do without glasses.
Aw.
Do you know what I mean? So, but I understand. Like, we had the guy who officiated our wedding. I wrote this like little dissertation thing, like just a story of how we met, and the guy couldn't have read it in a more terrible, bland way. Like, it was like I had some funny jokes on there on how we bonded over fast food, and he read it like, yeah, Eric and Amber, they bonded over.
It's because he was like a law, like
Fast
he was a law
food.
court guy, but he came to the place that we got married.
And they.
We needed your guy.
Yeah, we need
Yeah.
your
That
guy.
guy was great.
You can borrow him. He's lovely.
Yeah, well, we still want to have like a proper. Well,
The idea was to have like one little wedding there, one little wedding here. By the
Oh,
time we
yeah.
came back here, we didn't have any friends, so,
So-
we just were like whatever.
our
It's
wedding
okay, we feel
experience
that.
depends on how much you want to get into this.
I don't want to go too far. Into
Yeah,
it. Just gloss over.
Oh,
it.
we'll gloss over.
I don't know who's watching.
So our wedding experience, we were married in my parents' barn in our farm. So our farm has been in the family since like the 1830s. So there's a lot of history there, and we did it all up. It looks like a nice, for those, dare I say the term, Pinteresty. You know what I mean? Like just that kind of nice
Yeah.
designer looking
I
thing.
get you.
So we did.
It's dated now. When I
Did
look
it,
back.
did it
We
kind of
did all
look
that
like
up.
that one scene from The Office where Dwight, the barn, and all the like the little lights were strung up and?
Pretty much.
Yeah, pretty
Okay.
much.
Well, then I have a perfect
So-
picture.
Yeah.
Continue.
Yeah. So we did that. Our wedding day was great. Things happened on our wedding day to which kind of soured the experience. So we weren't able to really celebrate as much as we wanted to. So when we got married, it was like, okay, we're married, but like it didn't feel right because
It
again,
like set the tone for the start of the marriage. Like we really had to like, work through it together to like be happy and not be like, damn, was this a bad idea? Like,
yeah.
Don't let other people ruin tone of the marriage. I
Yeah,
don't
there's
know.
always, in my experience, and I don't know a whole lot of people, but there's always some sort of drama at weddings.
Mm.
And my God, of course, we had like the mother of all dramas.
And there was only 20 people at our wedding, and still there was
Yeah, no.
drama.
So that's a story. That's a story. Maybe I'll tell you guys off air.
I'd love to hear
But
it.
aside
yeah.
from that, we definitely, yeah. But I think we'd like to have another one, especially now that we have a young
Let's have a
boy.
joint
Like
wedding. Let's have one big joint wedding.
We'll have a Twitch wedding.
We'll stream the weddings.
We could stream. I mean, we could do a joint wedding and stream it.
Honestly, I'm 100% down with that.
Would be cute. We've still got our like wedding outfits.
Yeah, we still got all the outfits and
Aw.
everything.
We need wedding.
We don't have
outfits.
wedding.
We got nothing.
I had a shirt and tie.
Oh yeah, we looked like we were going to prom. We went to the
Yeah.
mall like that day.
Yeah,
and
we
we're
had to
like,
go and get
need
stuff
dress,
really quickly.
Need shirt.
We looked cute though. I
Yeah,
looked really
But
skinny in those
did,
photos.
Yeah, you look a little bit unwell, just like real thin.
I was the opposite of you. If I look
Well-
back at our wedding photos, well, because we were living in the U.S. at the time, and of course, how can you not indulge yourself in like so much fast food? It's not even funny.
Yeah, it's
I was
tough.
literally about 20 pounds heavier than I am now. So I look like this.
We were a little butterball.
I look like this wood killer, aka lumberjack. Just like I'm so round.
You did get a
You
little
weren't round,
beefy
you were
there.
just built.
You got a little beefy there for a while. Yeah.
A
But
little bit.
You held it
More than
well.
love.
You
More than
held
love.
it. Yeah.
I'd like to get new wedding outfits if we ever did it again, because like we also looked a bit prommy, but it was cute.
Yeah, well, I saw the wedding photo you guys, what you tweeted. Yeah, it did look prommy, but it was like
Yeah,
a cute
yeah.
promy. Like
I want to see. I haven't seen
it was cute.
That's on my Twitter. We did look like we were going to prom.
Yeah.
But that's cute. I mean, and it was just a courthouse, and we were dressed way fancier than Sonic Cup Sneaker Man.
Yeah, he did
So-
set the tone for the rest of the day though, because we went and got Sonic.
Oh
after
yeah,
that.
that's
yeah.
how we celebrated.
He made
That
us
was
hungry.
our honeymoon. Is we went around
yeah.
to
Every
it was
fast
like
food
10
place.
different fast food
Yeah.
places and ordered one thing each from each of the menus.
And just like went home with all our winnings.
Yeah, all our
sat
winnings,
down.
and we ate it all. I remember
Yeah,
that.
that was
Yeah.
fun.
That's awesome.
That's so
We had pizza and Italian food like catered for our wedding, but the night before we went to Outback Steakhouse,
Oh, I forgot
and
about that.
they again Outback Steakhouse they don't care less if, like, for example, Amber's family came over, like her parents and her grandmother and her siblings and stuff. They came over, and literally it was me and about 7 Australian people sat at Outback Steakhouse. They literally could not have given a single that these people, like, they're all Australian. They're all at Outback
Mhm.
Steakhouse. Do you want
Because
some?
it's not really Australian.
Do you want to bloom an
know.
onion? It's like that's not
Dude,
even Australian.
I've been to a Outback Steakhouse a few times, and no one's ever mentioned the fact that I'm Australian. Like, it's
No.
never come up.
No.
Also, Outback Steakhouse is so offensive.
It is.
It's so wrong, dude. I still don't know what a blooming onion is. I hate that they do things like Alice Spring Chicken.
Gold Coast.
What the heck are the
fries.
chickens like in Alice Springs? Like,
it would
why?
be dry.
Why
It'd
do
be
I?
dry.
Yeah, it's
It's
hot
very
there. Why do
dry.
I care what the chicken is like? There was like a walkabout burger too.
Yeah, and
which
it had
is-
nothing to do with anything.
That one is actually like, I would say actually borderline actually offensive.
Yeah.
Because they're just kind of that goes back to like Aboriginal
Yeah.
heritage and like the term walkabout, and they're just like, walkabout burger. Dude, that
Not only
place
that, they-
place is a mess.
Oh,
They
the
serve
chicken-
Foster's,
No.
which is not even an Australian beer anymore. It's like canned in Texas, and it's Chinese
Foster's
owned.
was never
makes
Australian.
sense.
Have you ever seen a Foster's in Australia, Amber?
No, I thought it was a South Australian.
No,
something.
I
No,
don't
South-
even.
know.
I've
South Australia is
never
triple X.
seen it before. The first time I ever heard about
4X.
Foster's is when I first came to America. Everyone was like, so you like Foster's, do you? I had
Foster's
no
nice.
idea what they were talking.
What
I
is
didn't know
that?
it was a
I
beer.
know VB and that's it.
I was like,
yeah.
sure, yeah, whatever. Like, is it a TV show? Like, I don't know what you're talking about. Apparently, it's made in like, Texas or Canada or somewhere.
Yeah.
It's not Australian. I don't understand where that came from.
I don't know.
I think it's just an American beer that's marketed as something that's Australian. But
Yep.
Australians have
Americanized.
no idea what's going on with that.
It's so funny. It's so funny.
So how much of a nightmare? Because you did it backwards. You did the visa process in Australia. Was it a nightmare? Was it expensive?
Oh my lord! It
Oh
was
my
expensive.
God.
When we first met, I reckon it was like $1,500, and 2 years later, it was like $8,000, and apparently now it's like over $10,000.
Yeah, so essentially, we figured we would come to Australia and do the more difficult one first, the more expensive one first, and we're still here. So in order for me to get permanent residency in Australia, because we wanted to get like residency in each other's country for ease of travel once we have a family and stuff, and whatever. That's aside from the point. So the visa application to become a permanent resident, and like Amber was my sponsor, it's like the 801 visa. It was about $8,000 just to apply for it, and that is not guaranteeing that you actually get said visa. So it took about 2 years for me to get it, and you get it in. So like I had to come to the country on a visitor visa, and then we applied for it, and then I was on a bridging visa. And then like I had to apply to leave the country.
Which you have to pay for that.
Which
and
you
then
have to pay for that,
like
yeah.
medical, police checks. All that's like not included. And then there was something else you had to pay for.
So there's a bunch of other things. So like when we went on our proper honeymoon to Japan, like a year and a bit after we got married, like I had to actually ask permission to leave the country.
Yeah.
Even though I'm a citizen of the U.S. So I'm a permanent resident now. Whether or not I'll get my citizenship, I don't know. It depends on like where our son goes to school, because I think our son can get benefits if both parents are citizens in Australia. But ideally, the plan would be to go back to the U.S. at some stage. But I mean, right now, obviously, everything's up in the air. But Amber's green card would be next.
Yeah, it was the
Yeah.
same this way. So I can't even remember all of the steps, but we did it all through a lawyer
Mhm.
because we just did not want to mess it up. Because I assume that Australia is probably a lot more lenient if it came to like certain things or making mistakes or what they look for as far as allowing someone to move over. But obviously, America is really like strict, and any mistake, any chance they can get to decline you or not approve the visa, they will take.
Yeah.
So we were just paranoid that we would mess it up, and you only get one chance, and you gotta wait so long.
Yep.
And it's so much money. So we went through a lawyer, which exponentially increased how much we had to pay. Like I think the first amount of forms was something like $3,000 just for the forms,
Yeah.
and then we had to pay an extra $2,000 just for the lawyers to
Mhm.
do it all for us and
Yeah.
essentially send them off. So we were $5,000 in on the first lot. And then I had to get shots, and all of that adds up really quickly because you got to pay for all of that. You got to pay for all the checks, pay for all the police stuff. And then recently, and for a long time, I couldn't fly or go anywhere because I didn't have the green card. We had to pay $800 extra to get a work visa,
Yep.
which took months to get here, and you can't travel on the work visa.
Mhm.
So it was a year and a half of me being here where I couldn't travel, I couldn't go anywhere, I couldn't go home, I couldn't do anything. And then I finally got the green card. I've currently held that for a couple of years, but we just had to go back and pay another $3,000 and prove that we're still together, that we're still married.
Right. What was that?
Gee.
The thing that you're updating? It's an updated version of what you have, but they called it something
I
specific.
actually don't think it's updated at all. I think it's literally just reapplying. The green
It's
card
to
has
extend your green card.
the green card has
Yeah.
a 2-year expiration date when you get it the
Right.
first time.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like us, the part 1 and part
Yeah,
2.
ours
Yep.
had that as well.
And then they make you
um,
prove you're still together, and they want
Yep.
more proof. So more pictures, more information, more letters. We had to get letters from all these people that know
Yeah.
us. It's
Yep.
like essentially applying for a job, but like way more intense.
It's the same. It's the same
And
here.
Apparently, because this is like stage 2, and they don't care about stage 2 as much because it's almost this stage apparently is almost always a yes, unless they just really don't believe you at all.
Yeah.
This stage is almost always a yes, so they put it on the back burner essentially. It's like the last thing they care about. So it could take from 1.5 years to 2 years to get this stage approved, which means my green card's expired again, and I'm sat here waiting again for another year or 2 years. I'm
And
allowed to
probably
be
can't
here.
travel.
Like
Yeah.
legally, this is how it works. I'm allowed to be here while I'm waiting. If they decline me, then I have to leave. That's not going to happen.
No.
But I could be here for another 1.5 years, 2 years without a valid green card again. So
Wow.
if I want to leave and go to Japan at any point, I have to ask for permission and
Yep.
get some kind of little slip that allows me
Yep.
back in.
Yeah, we had to do the same thing. And like, if I think how it works, if I leave Australia, my permanent residency visa expires after 5 years. Like,
Mhm.
I've paid all this money, we've gone through all this stuff, all the legalities are in check. But if I leave the country, then it lapses in 5 years.
Yeah.
But you can stay after 5 years as long as you don't leave.
Yeah,
It's
so I
weird.
have to pay to extend it, which is like the benefit of becoming a citizen, which I probably will do, to be fair.
Yeah.
Just
I'm in
again
the
for-
same boat of not knowing what to do there because I'm coming up on the whole citizen thing, and I don't
Yeah.
really know if I want to do that. But yeah, if I do leave a country on a green card and I say go home to Australia for 6 months and I don't come back, I lose my green card.
Yep. Yeah, that's exactly right. And I've thought about this because I had all the paperwork drafted up. So like before our son was born, I had everything filled out, but the day, well, he was born on February 29th, so you never would have guessed that. But like because we can have our son be joint dual citizen straight away because from birth. He has
You
Australian
still have
citizen.
to like apply.
Yeah, you
for
still
it.
have to do paperwork and whatever. It's like $180 to file the paperwork or whatever.
But we haven't been able to go because you have to go like to that consulate place again.
But
and
not
it's
only
been
that,
closed.
not only that is like if we sign our son up for U.S. citizenship, there's also tax implications there too. So like the United States is like one of only 2 countries that taxes based on citizenship.
Mm-hmm.
So like no matter how much I earn over here, that still has to be reported back to the U.S. and all that stuff. So there's some other things to think about too. I mean, like
Yeah.
you're obviously filing tax and all that stuff as
Mhm.
somebody who works in the U.S. But
Yeah.
there's so many ins and outs that you just take for granted or you don't even think about
Yeah,
when it comes to
and
visa stuff.
There's so many things as well that we've come to realize with American law and I'm sure Australian law that comes down to opinions.
Yep.
Like people
Yes.
empower opinions. And a lot of people don't know the answers to things or they just go by best guesses. Like I had that conversation about Australian taxes a billion times when I
Yeah.
first left the country. Like what do I do about my Australian taxes?
Yeah.
And
don't
I
need to
didn't
do
know
anything.
Well, I didn't know for a long time. No one would give me an answer, and then I finally got one, and it was nah. And I was like, oh, thank God.
Yeah.
But like, even like actual lawyers didn't know. Like, no one.
Yeah, the immigration lawyer was like, oh.
And yeah, and just so much of it is just like some guy somewhere filing paperwork, being like, yeah, okay, that's fine. Or
Yeah.
like, no, I don't think so. It's surreal how often it comes down to just one guy being like, in my opinion,
Mhm.
nah.
Yeah. So we have that to look forward to when I think well obviously inevitably we'd love to go back to the US. So there's really now there's nothing tying us to Australia. So essentially we're on an island obviously
Literally.
with Amber's family, but like, because of this whole global pandemic, like my family hasn't met our son yet, which is that's a whole other
Yeah.
bummer story, but
Well, because of the
Um,
pandemic, I couldn't go home before my visa expired.
Yeah.
So, I don't
I
know.
know.
It could be another like 3 years before I see everyone again. And
Yeah.
I just went 5 years because of the same thing.
I know. This is the. It's funny because like there's only so many people that I feel that can relate to what you and I are doing with our lives.
Yeah.
But literally, like you and I are doing the same exact thing. So we can at any point talk about any visa stuff or like the fact that we're homesick for each other's respective countries.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? So it's really cool that like we can connect. Obviously, not only doing all the stuff that we do online, but like just on a personal level.
We should
Like,
do like a vacation home swap where you guys come live in our house, we come live in your house for a week.
That would be fun.
That's such a good idea. I would love to do
Makes
that.
so much sense.
That'd be
too.
funny. We should vlog the whole thing
Oh my
too.
god.
The only sad thing is we wouldn't see each other.
Yeah. Maybe at the airport.
That would
We
be funny
time it
though.
right.
It would be funny.
Hey.
That would be really
Yeah.
funny.
We're
Enjoy
just
the
passing
house.
each other. Those escalators that like run like straight across. We're like, hey,
Yeah.
have
That
fun.
would be hilarious.
I left the
Nice to see
kettle
you.
on. Can you turn it off?
I love that. We should, honestly, I would do that. Anyway.
I think that's. I mean, unless we want to talk about any more stories about. I mean, we have some, but we can save them.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think we covered the basics.
Yeah.
Do you guys want to play a game? Play the Newlywed Game?
Let's play a game. Do you want to get some paper from the printer there?
Let's cut to a transition, producer, because
You got it.
I am like about to wet my pants.
Oh.
Are you gonna pee?
Yeah, let's,
I'm gonna
let's-
pee.
Boy.
All right, I'm gonna
Okay,
pee
here.
as well.
Okay.
Okay. We'll be back in a minute.
All right. And here we are.
Hi. Sorry, I really had to pee. I'm still
Me too.
working through one of these a day and then some.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
And
it
my-
goes in, it's got to come out, right?
900-ounce coffee mug.
Let's play the Newlywed Game.
All right.
All right.
I am gonna suck at this.
Well,
Amber, you
everybody
look
who's,
terrified. Are you ready to play?
Who's reading the chat? Sorry.
Don't read the
Okay,
chat.
well,
Don't read the chat.
Someone
the
got
chat,
banned.
the chat sucks. Don't read the chat. Well, let's
Yeah.
let's all agree to minimize the chat.
Okay.
Yeah, chat is minimized now.
All right. Yeah. Chat would assist with cheating anyway.
Oh,
We
that's
can't
true.
have any cheaters
No
or
cheating.
influencers from the outside affecting the results of this very legitimate, very intense, competitive dating game questionnaire.
No
Or
homebreakers.
not dating game. Newlywed game. Very different.
Oh yes.
We're all
Because
very
we're
newlywed.
both so newlywed.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, exactly. So, I will be the host of today's show, the master of ceremonies, if you will, MC producer. Now, this is the first question, and I'm going to pose this question to the gents. Fellas, how did you first meet your spouse?
Well, good thing we already talked about this today. You mean in person or like talking to in general?
In person. Let's go with in person. Yeah.
Okay.
It's an interesting dichotomy because it's a question. It's a clarification to a question. Didn't have to ask this 20 years ago. It's like, newlywed games. People just, hey, where did you meet? What do you mean in person? No, we were communicating via postcard.
I met you in the classifieds.
I got it.
All right. So, ladies, do you want to go ahead and provide the answers that your fellas have written down?
Amber, go first.
Who's going first?
Amber,
So
go
it's
first.
in person, how we met in person.
Yes.
We had a pizza party, but I met you on the street.
Oh.
Oh, I don't
Oh,
like the
did
look on
you
his
forget?
face.
Oh no, I didn't forget.
Bloody rude.
I wrote the wrong thing down.
You hate to see it.
I wrote bus stop pickup
That was
/ McDonald's.
the second time we
Sorry,
met.
I thought you meant first date.
You know what you've done.
I know what I've done. I'm on the couch tonight. Oh boy.
I want the couch. It's comfier.
I know. Well, there you go. First one wrong for me. How about you guys?
Okay, Kimberly.
We met at a flea market.
We met at a flea market.
You wrote
With
your hat.
I drew the hat.
Yay!
There we go.
If I had to
Alright.
answer your question, I would have answered it at a bus stop too, just
Oh,
based on
yeah.
my knowledge from today.
Right.
See, he forgot.
I didn't forget. I knew.
All right. So this next question is for the ladies to write down, and that is, what is your spouse's silliest fear?
Oh, that's
gosh.
way more difficult than the
Ooh.
other one.
I don't even know it.
Oh,
Well,
these
silly is
were all
subjective.
expertly handcrafted
Silly is
from the
subjective.
internet.
Silly is subjective.
I
Uh,
may or may not.
You have so many.
I
How
have
do I
many
narrow it
fears.
down?
I have one that I've always said is my biggest fear.
Oh.
Wood's biggest fear
No.
is talking about pants pooping on a live talk show.
I don't
Okay.
even know how to
let's-
answer this.
I hope.
Just write
You're
anything.
not afraid of anything.
I don't know. I don't know.
Now the really weird thing is going to be answering the question, fellas, what
Yeah.
you think your weirdest fear is
I
going to
don't
be.
even
Yeah.
know it.
Get to thinking.
So, have you wrote
What
something,
anything.
Amber?
No, I'm struggling.
What would
He
be a
fears
weird fear? Like,
nothing.
I only know one fear, and it's not that's it.
just write it down.
Well, tell you what, if you guys want to veto this question, I have
No,
some
I
backups.
like the question. I think I've thrown Kim biggest fear, and I'm assuming that's
no,
what.
no, I
Oh.
didn't write biggest fear. I wrote one that I find silly that
Oh,
you have.
well then I have no idea.
Okay.
We're gonna
Ooh.
get this wrong, so you guys, you're fine. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, we're
Oh,
all
we're
going to
gonna
get
get
this
it.
wrong, but we're all going to have a laugh. It's fine.
Okay, all right. So I don't really have a silly fear. My fear really is like of heights. As I've gotten older, I've gotten like afraid of heights. So like I can be on like a stepping stool that's 2 inches off the ground, and I'm like, oh my god. So what is it?
I wrote open water.
Open
Ooh.
water.
I know
Oh,
you're afraid of
okay.
that too.
So
Okay.
my biggest fear is open water,
Okay.
and also sharks. So they go
Yeah.
hand in
They go
hand.
together.
If
No,
I was to do silliest fear,
Uh-huh.
I honestly don't know what I would even suggest. Like I really can't think of.
Like, okay, how about here's a silly fear. Going to LA Fitness for a number of years and then not being able to cancel your
That is a
Oh,
silly
yeah.
fear.
Oh.
Maybe Kim might have wrote me thinking that I'm fat.
No.
Okay, well then
I
I
did
don't know.
not write
That was
that.
my guess.
I chose to write
Spiders.
spiders.
That's not a silly
kind of
fish. Spiders
Australian
are
are you?
freaking terrifying.
Okay, but not your spiders. We're talking about these little teeny. You gotta kill it. You gotta kill it. I can't do it.
Yeah.
And then he leaves the room. And I'm like, he's this big.
Spiders are
Okay.
terrifying.
Your spiders are terrifying. Ours are like,
Sharks in open water is way scarier though.
Oh yeah.
Well, but
A spider can't eat me. It can just
You're
kill.
spider.
It can just kill me swiftly.
All right. So we've got the next question up here for the gents,
Yes.
which is much easier. Where did you go on your first date? Go ahead and write
Yeah, do
those
you
answers
want this one
down.
first?
Give me that one back
Yeah.
here.
But to be fair, we have the same answer as well. I mean, that was our first date
yeah,
too. was
technically,
flea market,
I
Yeah,
think
so-
we went to
you go.
Whataburger. Like,
Yeah, but the flea market was a date. I mean, not a good one,
No,
but
but-
it's just what we did.
we went.
All right. Well, in that case, you both win.
Yay!
All right. So moving on to the next question. This one's for the ladies.
Oh man, I didn't get
Describe. Describe what you thought of your significant other in one word.
what you thought, like when
What you
we
first thought. What you first thought about them in a
Is this
single
family
word.
friendly?
met. Wait, am I describing
hopefully.
Kim or is Kim describing me?
What
So the ladies are
Kim
describing
is
the dudes.
describing you.
Okay, so you
In
have to
one
guess
word.
what I thought.
In one word.
Yeah. At the
Alright.
very
Smoking,
start.
Dashing, handsome.
I know exactly the word that she's gonna write.
I don't want
Oh,
to direct
no.
you.
You can't say on here.
I don't want to say that.
Okay. I'm ready for the reveal.
Yeah, this is the newlywed show. We say whoopee. Okay, that's what we do.
Oh,
Okay.
Look, I'll go first because I
yeah, you
think
go.
our side keeps going second. I would like to think it's something like, hot, attractive man, but maybe like Australian. I don't know. Like when I first saw you, I thought hot. So, hopefully you thought the same.
Oh, is that your guess?
Yeah.
Survey says.
Cute. I
Aw.
feel like I still win.
Yeah.
I think I'll accept that.
No. I don't actually win. I definitely lose. But I feel like I win because that's
Oh
adorable.
wait, you did say Australian. That was your thing. Yeah. Okay, so never mind.
That's
Okay.
subjective.
Okay, so in that case,
Way too long.
It's so long.
Wrong answer, Buzz. I'm gonna go ahead and say sexy.
Eric, I was 19. That's a very rude word.
But what do you? That's what you described me though. That's what you said.
I would love if she said, and that was the answer.
What is the answer? What was it?
Well, I had two. I thought you were hilarious.
Okay.
But then I also wrote, God damn.
Producer, are we gonna
super
take goddamn for sexy? Ding 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 ding.
I think you gotta. I think you have to.
okay, there we go. We'll add that to the list of
Okay,
points.
thank you.
I'm gonna be goddamn. I got cute.
All right, so this next question's for the gents here.
Okay.
When did you know that they were the one?
It's so funny that we literally had these conversations.
Bonus points to anybody who says after watching the Jet Li movie.
That was one movie that Kim hadn't seen, and I
Yeah,
made
and it
Kim
was
watch
really
it
good.
recently, and she liked it.
Yeah, I like that one.
That's one of my favorite movies. It's not great. I just like
It's-
it.
It's terrible, but I love it anyway.
Yeah, same.
Okay, you guys go first.
Okay, so I got two answers.
Oh.
And by the way, this is this what? Well, hold on, I didn't clarify. When Kim knew or when I knew?
When you
Collectively?
knew,
So I have to
when
guess
the writer,
who.
the
Oh, okay.
gents.
Oh, okay. All right. I kind of did a
So-
two-parter. That's kind of cheating.
Oh.
But I did day one.
Well, hang on. No, hey, Wood.
I have to guess.
She has to. Yeah, you have to let the ladies know. So I'm gonna have to. Sorry.
What? Wait. What would you have said?
I
Honestly,
would have said like the first date or when we had the phone conversation, probably.
that's fair. That's
Okay.
fine.
that what
I'll
you
happily take up. Well, I said day one, and then first 2 weeks we wanted to get married. But
okay.
that was like a two-parter.
Okay.
I messed it up. I'll take the loss, but I'll take the
You
win,
were
knowing
so
that
proud to hold it
that
up.
we.
That's
I
what
was
made
so.
me
I
sad.
knew we were gonna get it. Damn it. All right, Eric, show.
No,
I'm gonna-
Eric, do not.
Ladies first.
I'm gonna guess it's the day that we met at the pizza party because you asked sneakily to get a photo together because you thought I would be your wifey.
Interesting answer. Because that's exactly what I wrote.
Oh, you put the photo
So I wrote
too.
right away, and then brackets photo first meeting.
You know that's coming up on like however many years?
Yeah,
in, like, 3
seven
days?
years. So like the very
Wow.
first day that we ever met, I knew that I was gonna marry her. So I had a photo taken of me standing there, like just to celebrate the fact that this will be my wife. That was my
This is
motive.
the most awkward photo you've ever
To
seen.
celebrate, this will be my
We're
wife.
like,
I'm like this
We're like
far
this
away.
far
like,
away.
Oh, nice to
I'm
meet
like,
you.
oh gosh, a man, don't touch me.
So this next question is for the ladies here. So go ahead and get your pens ready. Who said "I love you" first?
Oh, this is such a debate.
This shouldn't even be a
Feel
debate.
free to get meta with this one. If you believe the other person said, will say that they said it first, then go for it.
How you feeling, Eric? You feeling good? Feeling confident?
I know the answer, but it's
I know the
It's,
answer too,
again-
but I don't know if it's the answer.
it's subjective.
All
Who's going
right.
first?
So Wood, what do you think?
It was definitely me, without question.
Okay. Well, I wrote we said at the same time.
We
So it's
didn't
like
say
this-
it at the same time.
Because you started to say it, and I was also saying it when we were talking.
We technically said it at the same time because I said it and then you said I love you too.
No. I misremembered. Oh.
Well,
Hmm.
I mean, if it's same time, that's technically me and Kim doing it at the same time.
No, because you're remembering it the other way.
I remember that it was before we even met and I said it on Skype.
mm,
Mm-hmm.
well, Eric,
They're so cute.
what are your thoughts on the
Okay,
subject?
so there's two different answers for this. And
There actually is.
The correct
She-
one
she-
and the wrong one.
there's the correct one, and then there's my correct one. So the thing that I'll say is she said it first, and we were turning right towards the car wash in the town that we met, and she must have jokingly said, "Oh, I love you," and I was like, "Oh my God, she said it." So that's to me, that's like she said it first, but technically she probably wrote that I said it first. When that was, I don't know, because I've always considered her saying it first as the real answer.
I'm so confused.
Mm.
Yeah, I know.
I don't even remember that story,
I've told you
You're
it
referring
so
to.
many times.
but I don't remember it. That's why.
I've
Alright,
told Kim
what
the
is it?
Skype thing so many times. It's okay.
What did you write?
I wrote, Eric says he did not. He did.
She's right.
Well,
There you go.
that
Well,
works.
She'll never know.
Dang it.
All right. Wow. It's a pretty tight game still. It could be anybody's win. So this next question is for the guys to write down. So, when and where was your first kiss with your wives?
With your wives.
You know, figured maybe I deserve some clarification.
Yes, please. Ugh.
All right, Eric. Pens down. Answers ready.
It's not really like
Ladies?
a 10 word answer, but okay.
I'll start with Amber this time. Amber, what do you think he wrote down?
It was at my cousin's house in the bed. Nothing else was happening. We were just sitting there playing games and like video games. And then,
The fact that you have to clarify makes it
it could be
suggest.
board games. And there's nothing suggestive. I was 19. I was very small. Okay, anyway, carrying on. Yes, I was pretending to be asleep, and then I was like, be nice if this guy kissed me, and then he did. Rude man, thought I was asleep. No, he knew I wasn't asleep. Anyway,
Yeah, I waited
rambling.
until you were asleep to make my moves. My God, make me sound like a.
This is why I said don't bring me on here. I always say the wrong thing.
It's fine. So my answer was because I didn't get a chance to finish writing it after playing Mario, because we were playing Mario on the Wii U, and then we went to just go chill out, and then that's when that happened.
All right. Will
That's
you
what it
accept
was.
that answer? I think I'll have to refer to the judges on that one.
Amber
Amber?
did say that they were playing
Yeah.
games. So
Yeah.
good thing that was specifically video games. So
Yeah.
good thing
Okay.
that
It
was
was a video game.
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, there we go. And then, Kim, what do you think Wood wrote down?
It was at Billy's house. I
Yeah.
do remember.
It was at Billy's spare bedroom.
Ooh, look at us bedroom people.
Yeah.
Ooh.
The kiss chasers.
We
if you
also
will.
just we also kiss chase. We also just kissed, I would like to say.
Yes.
That was it.
Clarify.
Same.
And apparently I was weird about it.
Oh yeah, because you did
I-
it and then you ran away.
I didn't run away. I didn't run
I had a
away.
giant beard at the time, so I had to like smooth my mustache over so it wasn't hanging over my lip. Oh my God.
I went from thinking that Kim was so far out of my league to kissing her in my friend's house, and I literally just like kind of just laid back on the bed for a second and didn't say anything. Like, holy crap, that just happened. And I thought it was like a whole moment we might have both been having, but Kim was like, "What's wrong?"
Thought you were sick.
I was like, "Oh, nothing. It was just nice."
Oh.
I thought the same thing. I thought Amber was way out of my league. Still are.
She is, yeah.
So the next question here is for the ladies. And that is, between the two of you, of the couple, that is a question for Kim about between Wood and Kim. Yes, and
Yeah,
Eric
yeah.
and
Yes.
Amber.
Don't say yes like you got it right, because I'm
The
still
question
confused.
is, between the two of you, who's the better kisser?
Oh. So,
How would we know?
oh.
I have no idea. Again, these questions were curated from the depths of the internet, and I don't really get it.
So I'm guessing what Kim
Which
thinks.
one of us is? Yeah.
Yes.
What I'm gonna say
Yeah,
about
not
which
what
one
I
of us
feel,
is better.
but what
yes,
Kim
what you
feels.
think I
Okay.
said. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I don't know.
There's two of us. There's only two answers.
We haven't asked each other.
We have also never had this conversation,
No.
so this
never
will
come
be
up.
interesting.
Getting down to the real nitty gritty here. All right. Are your answers written down? I'll start with Eric this time. I don't think Eric has answered first yet. What do you think Amber wrote?
Me.
Yes, because I'm humble and shy.
All right. And then, Wood, what do you think she wrote?
I want to say that I actually think that we're equal because I've never even like noticed really the kissing aspect. Like it's just always been nice. It's not like I've ever
Same.
thought about it. So I think we are equal. But assuming you had to give an answer,
Yeah.
I would assume you said you.
No.
Oh, really?
I s-
Oh.
I was being nice as well.
That
To be
noise
fair,
is
though,
so
it's
harsh,
like-
but I feel like I
I
won
know.
still.
I know,
Like, okay,
right?
in order to answer that question, you have to be like self-aware when you're making out. It's like, oh my God, I'm nailing
Yeah.
this right now. It's like,
Yeah.
this is great.
I gotta be honest.
You know what I mean?
Sometimes, because of the whole equal thing, sometimes I feel like I am nailing it, and sometimes I feel like Kim's nailing it. Like it's
Yeah,
an ebb and flow depending on our mood, you know.
it's like a team effort. Yeah,
Yeah,
makes
Yeah.
sense.
playing those kind of games this time, not not video games.
So
We're not
the
sending
next
this to your
question
parents
here.
anymore.
No.
So the next,
Absolutely not.
Next question here is for the gents. And this one should be a little less awkward, but maybe it might spark some, I don't know, some drama. I don't know. Gents,
That's what we want.
go ahead and start writing down. Who do you think is the tidiest?
Oh.
Oh. Don't you write that fast. Come on, man.
Gotta at least act like you have to think about it.
Hey, why is that big circles?
All right, so let's go with Kim. What do you think Wood wrote down?
Oh, I know what he wrote. He wrote him.
I wrote the
100%.
answer is what I wrote. So I wrote me, and then I also wrote me. I've got to go ahead and tidy up this board now, just really quickly too.
Amber, what do you think Eric wrote down?
I think he will have written himself, but I am coming to say that we both have our moments. And it depends. I think he's going to think he's answering based on who tidies up, not on who is tidy.
That is an interesting
Please
dichotomy.
tell us your answer.
That's
Or
a
sit
one.
by side of the desk.
That's a 100% with 3 check marks.
Hey, that's
I'll
a
have
very
you know that while I was baking cinnamon scrolls last night at 11 o'clock,
Ooh.
I was also putting the dishwasher on. And this, by the way, I'm not trying to talk.
I was working.
You were working. You were making a living for our family. But my gosh, I was cleaning the countertop.
Well,
With
shall
my-
we discuss how many times I've had to clean up after you've shaved your beard?
Yeah, I
Ooh,
know.
yep, me too.
And you say, "Oh, I forgot to do it." No, you just weren't gonna do it.
Hey,
It's just gonna
this
grow
is
again in a
causing
week.
drama.
let's not get political here, okay?
So this next question
Warranted the circles.
is for the ladies.
They were very
and,
tidy circles, I must say.
and I will say, in the relationship, who is the funniest?
Oh,
That's
Oh.
tough.
That is
That
tough.
is tough.
I shouldn't.
I'm
say
sorry you have to answer this question.
Depends how you judge it, though.
I don't know. I feel like both of you have made me laugh equally
Oh,
today.
yeah.
Depends on how funny dad jokes are considered.
I think Amber wins in my heart, to be honest. I haven't heard a single dad joke today.
Hey,
All right. So, how about Wood? Who do you think she wrote down?
I will say that Kim is very, very funny and makes me laugh nonstop. We both make each other laugh nonstop. But I think Kim would have said me because I'm always trying to make you laugh.
Oh, I
Whoa.
think
That's kind of what I said.
Kind
I
of.
think we'll take that. I'll
Thank
take that.
you.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it. Thank you.
Oh, gotta throw you a bone here. And Amber, or I'm sorry.
yes.
What did Amber write there, Eric?
She wrote me. While Amber is funny and quirky in her own way, I just think some of the things that I say sometimes just completely, I don't know, makes your hair stand up because it's so funny.
Is that what happens when something's funny?
I wrote both. I said that you are funny in your dad jokes and have always been naturally funny. But I am heckin' hilarious and unsuspectingly hilarious because I don't look like I'd be funny, but I am beingly funny. I'm
she's-
so dry.
I
she's-
agree.
So yeah, well, yeah, I'll,
So,
I'll happily
Eric,
take the loss on that one.
Yes, I love it when it's not me. It has such a different sound when it's not
Oh.
you.
A little sweeter on the other side.
Yeah,
Huh?
it does a little
Yeah, I
bit.
know.
It almost doesn't go long enough when it's not you.
I know.
All right. So, fellas, who is your significant other's celebrity crush, if applicable? Ooh.
I could answer this one for you, but I don't know if there is one.
Oh
for me.
yeah,
Oh,
I
yeah?
kind of want to hear that answer.
Oh yeah.
I gotta be honest. I don't know this at all, and I just wrote the first thing that came to my head.
Okay. So, Kim, what is the first thing that came to Wood's mind?
Oh, God. I don't know what he would have guessed. I don't have one.
I would also probably
So
rather
I
of writing
don't-
a name. I should have wrote she doesn't have one
Because
because
I literally
I honestly don't think that you do. But I did put
Who
a
would you
name.
guess though?
Well, you try and guess who it would
Oh
be.
God, it's one of the supernatural boys, isn't it?
Oh God, no, that would have been
But
good.
see, he has a favorite. I don't.
The thing is, I also don't think that you. I think you're gonna turn your nose up to this. It's
Oh.
just the first thing I thought of.
Okay. Oh no.
Yeah. See, that's you
Oh,
don't
wait,
really
wait.
have one, but it goes so long when it's you. Because he's not really like I don't think he's attractive, but it's more like what his talent.
He's one of my favorite musicians.
He's one of your favorite
yes.
people. Period. So that's just what I wrote.
Okay.
All right. So this, who do you think, Amber? Who did Eric write down?
I think he's pulled a funny here and written himself because he thinks he's a celebrity.
Damn,
Ooh.
Dang,
I
I
should have
should have
done that.
Ooh, because you're on Facebook.
Of course, it's
days.
D-list celebrity me.
Oh my God.
I knew
It is me. Of course, why not? Twitch superstar.
Why did I write a name? I knew what
I know.
I knew what the actual answer was. I felt like I had to play the game though.
Right?
Yep.
Just in case there was an answer.
Overthinking it.
We're gonna lose because I showed the board too early.
I'm not even keeping score, honestly.
Oh, you're winning, believe me.
Well, you know,
It's okay, Eric.
we'll be humble
No.
about it.
it.
All right. So this next question's for the ladies, and that is, who do you think between the two of you is the better driver?
Oh,
Ooh.
well, we can win this one. Hey,
Can we?
by the way, what would your answer have been for me in the crush thing?
Oh, for you, it would have been Scarlett Johansson 100%. I can't spell it, but I know who she is.
I can help you spell
Black
it.
Widow.
Bet you could.
Interesting.
Wood just cheesing over there. Yep. All right. So, Eric, who do you think Amber wrote down?
Me. Amber has only two people, I guess now really one, that she trusts to drive her. One of which would be my father-in-law, her daddy, and then me, her new daddy.
Hang on. That was gonna. That was gonna be that, but I'm sorry. I gotta.
I'm so sorry.
That,
Oh my gosh, that went
last part was
forever.
just wrong.
I'm kidding. She's embarrassed. Go ahead, you show
Yes, I wrote you.
There's nothing on that
Nothing
paper.
on there.
Come on now.
I don't trust myself to drive myself because I'm an anxious driver.
Oh, what did Kim write down?
Look, the answer is so me. It's not even funny. But if you wrote anything else, I call BS because I drive in 2 different countries. Every time we go anywhere, I'm the person that drives, whether it's like Colorado, Australia, or anything. So
So Wood has laid down his defenses already.
yeah.
Now, what were you going to say here?
What?
What-
Well, it's
what's-
me.
what have
I'm
you-
me. It's me.
Oh no. I mean, what did you write down
Oh,
here?
Kim.
What does that say? He
He says
it's
him.
but it's
says
me.
him, but it's me. I'll accept it.
How is it you in any way?
You speed
Would-
through life so terrifyingly fast.
Oh man,
Then why
that's
do
hilarious.
I drive all the time, anytime we go anywhere?
Because you like driving.
'Cause
I
I'm bad at
hate
see-
it.
The funny thing is, Wood saw that on the horizon, which is why he's like, before she presents some spurious statements, I'd like to lay out the evidence and just shows beyond a shadow of a doubt.
I don't even understand the rationale, to be honest.
Oh, all right. So, fellas, who does the most cooking?
Hmm.
All right. So, I'll give this to Kim first.
Okay.
What do you think Wood is writing down right now?
Yeah, still writing
He's
down.
still right. I feel like there's gonna be some justification.
It's nothing. It's nothing funny. I just wrote a lot to explain.
He's still
Okay.
talking about the cars and
Oh, yeah.
driving right now. That's all.
She's also wrong.
Before we
by
answer
the
that-
I
way.
also drive better.
Usually we cook together when it's like dinner stuff because we get those HelloFresh things. We make them together. But in the mornings you cook because you eat breakfast and I don't.
So what's your answer?
Both.
Okay.
What'd you write?
I wrote as of late Kim, but it's pretty equal to be honest.
Oh, okay.
I wrote you because we do make dinners together, but if I'm streaming, which
Oh yeah, I didn't.
you'll
think about
make
that.
dinner for
yeah,
me.
Yeah. But yeah, usually it's together.
I'm not sure how to judge that.
I don't know.
I think that's a correct answer.
Okay.
To me, it kind of seems like we both said equal, erring towards the other person. But
Yep.
I will happily take an equal because I feel like we need it.
Sweet. Okay.
Yay!
So Amber, who did Eric write down?
It's definitely him. I don't cook at all.
Really? Just kidding. It's me.
All right.
Bubble letters.
The reason why, like, and I like to cook not only for Amber, but when we stayed at her parents' house, like I cooked massive meals for like literally like 7 people. I love to cook. I like to look after the people that I know. So should you guys ever come over, I don't even want to see you lifting a finger in the kitchen.
Oh, I
Don't
won't
even
be.
do it.
Let us get our HelloFresh out for you guys.
Yeah.
Also, the reason why I didn't count my breakfast stuff at all because that's just me making like French toast and pancakes for me.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's not like cooking for you.
Yeah.
It's like,
Oh, okay.
I'm making
yeah, I guess that
pancakes,
makes
you know.
sense. Okay.
So, ladies, what is your spouse's favorite TV show?
That's a good question.
What is my favorite TV show?
That's a good
Oh, I
question.
know what your favorite TV show is.
Huh?
Or at least what it was.
Oh.
My favorite what?
Yeah, I know
Oh.
what one used to be,
It's so obvious.
but now.
Is it? Because I can't even think of it.
It's like screaming at me right now.
Oh,
I'm gonna have to write down my own answer here
Okay,
pretty
yeah,
soon.
please. You know me very well, apparently, Mr. Producer Man.
Oh,
so
I know
many
it.
answers.
I know
This is
which
so
show.
hard.
Yeah. See, you know it too. All right.
I-
So Eric,
I
What do you think?
do have one TV show that I've always said is my like favorite, and I'm gonna stick with that.
Okay, I'm gonna assume that
So,
I know
Eric,
it.
what do you think that Amber has written down about your favorite TV show?
Honestly, I don't know because we don't really watch TV. I would probably say like YouTube channel that we watch whenever we sit down to watch something together, and that would be Abroad in Japan. Because we don't really watch TV, so that's what I'm gonna say.
I
All
wrote
right.
YouTube.
Survey says.
YouTube.
I wrote YouTube. I was going to write Abroad in Japan, but I just wrote YouTube.
All right, we'll take it.
That's interesting.
All right. So Kim, I'm sorry, Wood. What did Kim write about your favorite television show?
See, this is really tough for us because we actually watch TV
We watch
shows.
too much TV.
Insane. Like we actually actively try and watch as many as possible. Right now, we're working through The Nanny, for example. Like we love
Wow.
TV shows.
Yeah.
But I've always said that my absolute favorite, and there's like, it's a close tie between a lot, was that 70s show.
Oh yeah.
Yay!
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
That's the one I thought of.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's
good.
not the one that I thought
You
for
know
you.
me
I
then.
thought you would have picked Community.
I love
feel
that
like I
show,
should
but
have.
it's not even my top 5.
Oh,
Like top
Yeah.
top 20 though, for
I
sure.
don't even know
Yeah.
who you are.
I've seen so many shows, my guy.
So
Yeah.
Always Sunny's in top 5, by
that
the way.
that was gonna be another guess,
Yeah.
or like Seinfeld, or one of those.
I think Always Sunny is a better show than that 70s show for sure, but
Yeah.
I've seen that 70s show like 50 times
Yeah, we were
through.
planning a road
70
trip to
times.
Wisconsin.
70
for
times
that
through.
show.
Yeah, we actually are planning our next trip to go to Wisconsin because I like that 70s show. So
Yep.
Yeah.
There you go.
All right, gentlemen. So, what is their favorite movie?
Oh.
I know it's not easy.
I feel like you know.
So many to
which
choose
I
from.
think I do, but
You-
there's like
yeah.
several to choose from, and I don't know
one.
why.
I have like 10 favorites, but there's one that I made you watch.
Oh yeah, yeah.
What were you gonna write?
Far
before I said
out.
it?
No, yeah.
Might need to give Wood some additional time here.
The annoying thing is, like, I know the name, but like I don't.
Oh,
Uh,
yeah, it's a long name.
all right. So, I'll give Wood some additional time to keep on writing. So, Amber, what do you think Eric wrote down about your favorite movie?
I think he knows that I don't really have a favorite movie, but as like an overall respect for films in life, he probably wrote Napoleon Dynamite.
It's a good answer because that's exactly what I wrote.
Oh,
All right, there you go. Excellent. Some say, love, it is a river.
Do you need chapstick?
All right, so, Kim, what do you think Wood finally wrote down about your favorite movie?
judging by how long it took, I think he got it right because it's Eternal Sunshine for the
That's
Spotless
what it was
Mind.
called. I wrote Jim Carrey and his memory stuff. She has a tattoo of it.
You forgot the movie about his memory.
So Wood just wrote the plot synopsis.
Yeah,
instead.
yeah.
You're at the plot.
That's excellent. That's great. Oh, we are starting to wind down, but we've got a few questions left. So this one here is for the ladies. What would your spouse's ideal date be?
This board is messed up.
So what his ideal date would be?
That's right.
Okay. Oof.
February 7th.
It's hard.
Oh, I'm trying to think. Oof.
This might take a little bit of time to write out. I don't know.
Some
So-
ASMR happening over here on my end here.
So, gentlemen,
Yeah.
get to thinking about what your favorite date would be, because
Alrighty.
you're gonna have to give your answer
Honestly,
here pretty
I'm
soon.
not thinking about that. I'm thinking about what Kim would think my favorite date would be because we've never talked about it. So I'm trying to think
Oh.
like, what's my favorite? I don't want to give her clues.
Yeah, a little bit of game theory going on here.
That's
Don't-
just a theory.
A game.
Oh,
theory.
game theory. Oh yeah, yeah. All right, so it looks like Amber, are you done writing your answer?
I am done.
Excellent. Well, in that case, Eric, you get dibs. What do you think she wrote about your favorite date?
Some
Ideal date.
variation of fast food and watching YouTube videos. So I'm probably going to say Schnitz, which is an Australian favorite of mine, and probably some YouTube show that we watch.
Basically, I wrote movies and McDonald's or Japanese food, followed by YouTube on the couch, or just ordering in with YouTube on the couch.
I
Yep.
feel like that's perfect.
That is perfect. Okay, I messed
Okay.
up in my because I think when you said like ideal date or something,
Mm-hmm.
I was trying to think like what elaborate like expensive getaway would we do?
Yeah, I thought about writing that as well.
And I was going through like Disney and Japan and all of this stuff, but I
Yeah.
think honestly if we're just going with like what we do,
Yeah.
it's very similar. I mean, we would probably watch a movie or a TV show on the couch while ordering food. That's what we do all the time.
I
Yep.
went with pre-COVID times, and I said going to the movies or the
Aw.
arcade because we used to go to the
That
arcade
is what
like
we would
every
do.
date. We would. Go
I
to
forgot
round
we
one.
did that.
It's been so
Oh
long.
man,
You forgot about.
We used to love the arcade, but we don't want to go anymore because grubby little
Yeah.
COVID hands over
Yeah.
everything.
thanks, COVID.
Oh my
Oh
god,
my
you're
God.
making it longer. You
So aggressive.
son of a.
Oh man. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
That was a good one.
That was my guess.
So,
No, it was a good one.
Gentlemen.
You're right.
Yeah.
what is their favorite pet name for you?
Well, we're getting exposed, aren't we?
I hope whatever that pet name is family friendly.
Nothing
We
worse
are-
than me saying that Amber calls me daddy, which she doesn't.
Stop!
She does. It's a joke.
Yeah, only Twitch
Only
chat
chat calls
gets to
you
call you daddy.
Yeah, only the flippin' Twitch chat calls me daddy. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So So the question gets sent to Kim this time. It's been a little while since you got to go first. What do you think Wood wrote down
Oh boy.
is your favorite pet name for him?
It alternates between Peepo and the Pooh Head. Yeah.
Those are true.
There's the story behind
Sadly,
it.
I wrote Big Boy. Nah, not really. It's just people.
All right, we'll accept that. And Amber, what did Eric write down?
I think he wrote down Tig.
Oh, there we go.
The story behind that is
I don't know what.
I guess
the
we
story
should tell
behind
us
that
too.
is, we have a cat back home in the States. His name is Tigger.
Oh.
And then Amber photoshopped him with a beret and like a French scarf and called him Tigel. And then like for some reason it then spawned the name Tig. So that's what Amber refers to me as.
Ours is really random because it's actually pretty recent. It was like a year and a half
Years
ago.
yeah.
We were watching that Nan-chan.
Nanaland.
Nanaland.
It's this
If
little
you haven't
puppet
seen,
girl. It's
yeah,
so goofy. It's
Nanaland on YouTube. It's
Yeah.
the weirdest little puppet show, and she talks really weird. And she found like a pea pod in the garden,
Yeah.
and she went peepo, and we just lost
We just
it.
kept
and
saying it to each
yeah,
other. and
I
then
don't know
just
how it became a name,
it
but
just
now it's
became a
just
nickname.
peepo.
Yeah.
It's cute.
Peepo.
Peepo and Tig.
There you
It's
go.
the Peepo and Tig show.
Ooh.
Oh,
I'd watch that
All
show.
right.
I'd
It's
take
a
that.
radio show.
The last question for the ladies to write down the answers to. What was the first movie that you saw together?
Oh
Oh
god.
god.
Oh
Oh god.
no.
Mm-mm-mm.
I have to like dig into
See, the
recesses
wheels
of my
turning.
mind. So
Ooh,
long ago.
Okay.
I want to say as well, by the way, that we both did really well, even on the ones that we got wrong, like individually. Like we were either pretty close, or it was like still something really nice and cute about the other person. So I think this has gone
Absolutely.
pretty well.
I feel like that's actually the real like winning all along is just,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
That's it. I hope I
Togetherness.
revisiting these memories and, you know,
win. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
how we better win. So.
yeah, sure. Right. So, Wood,
Yeah.
I
What-
still haven't written
what did-
anything.
Oh, she hasn't wrote
Oh.
anything apparently.
I'll come back to you in a minute.
Okay.
Eric, what did Amber write down as the first movie you two saw together?
I don't think she's going to write it correctly. I don't think she'll be remembering it correctly.
Probably not.
I think what she is going to write, because we talked about this the other day, would be Gone Girl for our first month anniversary of dating. But the actual answer is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh.
We saw
Oh.
that in cinemas together, and we took a selfie with Donatello, the live action statue. But I'm going to go with
No way.
I'm going to go with Gone Girl because that's what you wrote.
I wrote Big Hero 6 or Gone Girl. Can we say Big Hero 6?
We saw a
I
big.
probably thought that instead of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Well,
They're
I'll
pretty
accept
similar.
that.
They are
Honestly.
similar.
Wait,
plot-wise.
I mean that. I mean good. It's fine.
Yeah, Big Hero 6, Gone Girl, same thing.
Yeah. So TMNT, that's a pretty bold first date.
I don't even remember it.
I know you. Yeah, I know you wouldn't.
Yeah, I mean
I have
it's
an awful memory.
It was one shell of a time.
Not a great movie.
I disagree. But anyways, Kim, you're done writing. So
Yeah.
what did Kim write down here? What do you think?
Look, I honestly have no idea. I know the Jim Carrey movie was an early one. I know that when Kim came to stay with me really early in our relationship in Canada, our internet went out, and we literally just stayed in watching stuff all day, and we probably watched movies. The earliest recollections, which is probably wrong, was just us going and watching like Marvel movies when they came out. But I honestly have no idea.
Hmm.
I wrote this because this was the first movie we went to see in theaters in Canada because they had that new fancy theater with the seats that move.
Do you think that was the first
I
one
think
though?
so.
It was the Rogue one.
That was
Oh,
fun.
yeah,
that was
yeah.
fun. They had seats
It
that
was the
moved.
Rogue one.
Cool.
I don't know if you've ever been in one of those theaters. but like,
Oh, where the seats move and stuff?
It's
Yeah.
like those pod.
Oh, that's
yeah,
cool.
and it's so cool because
Yeah.
for all movies too, like Rogue One's, like when it's in like a cockpit, you're like, "Whoa, whoa,
And they like blow the air on you and stuff.
Yeah. It was pretty good.
Anyways.
I'm not even mad about that one because
We
we're
never
not
would've
we're not
known.
newlyweds. I can't remember 5 years ago.
No, goodness.
I know, it's tough. It really is. All right, so gents, this is the last one for you to write down, and that
Okay.
brings us to the end. And that is, go ahead and name your spouse's favorite restaurant.
Oh, ease.
Why are you laughing?
Oh, it's just
Is
so
it
funny
not?
because I just know.
I don't even know.
The wheels turning.
I mean,
Wood didn't
unless-
even have to hesitate. He's like, I got
No.
this.
Unless it's changed. I mean,
Oh.
I know there's multiple, but I figured this was the one.
Okay.
All right,
Let's
so Kim, what did Wood write about your favorite restaurant?
I assume he wrote roses.
Yeah, and I drew
All
a
right.
parrot.
Oh yeah, the little bird.
There we go. All right, and
else
Amber,
would it
what
have been?
did Eric write about your favorite restaurant?
I'm concerned he's written McDonald's, which I actually don't like. But my favorite is Oishi, which is a Japanese restaurant. What did you write?
Well, funny you say that. I did pick a nice mom and pop local chain, McDonald's,
I literally don't like McDonald's.
with your signature order, which is a Big Mac and a Fanta.
Remember that? Remember when you got that?
Remember when you got that?
That one time?
It's called convenience.
I know what we're getting after the show.
By the way, I love the fact that the restaurant's name is Oishi. It's just that's awesome.
Yeah,
Okay.
there's actually genuinely a Japanese place that we loved in the town that we used to live in. It was called Oishi, and it was like Japanese, like handmade by Japanese people. Oh my, ooh, it was so good. Honestly, can't beat it.
Okay, what's the score? What's the tally?
All right. Let me tally this up here real quick. Doing some quick calculations.
It's a lot of numbers to crunch.
All right, so there were a total of 20 questions asked.
Oh, my.
Wood, your team won 11 points.
I don't like that
Okay.
you did us first. I'm not gonna lie. I don't like you did us first.
You
Eric?
won 11 points.
Eric, your team
I hate you.
won this number of points right here. It's 15 points.
I want to say we technically got 12, but I showed the board to her.
Oh right, yeah.
Mhm.
Oh.
That did happen.
True.
That did happen.
We'll count
That was
it. I'll
very
count it.
close. Should I tally up which of the fellas won versus what the ladies won?
Oh okay.
Oh yeah, that's interesting.
I could do that too.
Oh,
yeah, give me a
yeah.
second here.
Remember when Kim thought she was a better driver than me?
I don't
We
remember
coulda won,
that.
Kim.
All right, just a second here while I tally this up here.
I wonder what I bet. Oh, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know.
I feel like
It's
we
not a
got the
competition. It's just for
important
fun.
ones. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
for the competition's sake.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I don't care at all.
Doesn't matter. It never mattered. As soon as we get off air, she's gonna be like, "What were you thinking?"
I've honestly
Hey,
forgotten
you
the
won.
questions
You
already. I
can't
don't
say
care.
nothing.
I got to do this one manually, so
That's fine. That's
talk
fine.
amongst yourselves.
Okay.
You know, I feel good.
Yeah.
You know, we got ones wrong, like my favorite date, which, I don't care.
It doesn't matter because at the end of the day, we're all happily married and
Yeah.
we're all the
Yeah.
winners.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all drive well, really,
Yeah.
when it's all said and done.
For my participation trophy, you're gonna mail me a golden Rubik's cube. Is that right?
Yep.
Yeah, we just
UPS prices too.
we won't do it online. But,
Stamps.com.
That's an actual place. Like, I don't know why
Yeah.
everyone laughed at me when I said that.
That's where you buy
I
your
can't
stamps.
believe it. It sounds too generic.
It's where you get postage. It's the
Yeah.
same as
You
anything.
buy stamps.
Oh yeah.
It's stamps.com. You haven't heard those ads? Stamps.com? Not a sponsor, but it's a place. I swear to God. G Fuel, on the other hand, is a
Code
sponsor.
Beat'em Ups, 30%
Code Beat'em
off.
Ups, 30% off. Thank you, Eric. Appreciate
All
the
right,
support
so done a little bit of back of the hand mathematics here, maths, if you will, which indicate that of the 40 questions, or 20 rather, that were asked to the men specifically, between Wood and Eric,
Yeah.
you guys got 16 points.
So the men got
And-
16. Okay.
Yep, the men got 16, ladies got 10.
I held my weight. I'm just saying, Eric. High five through the screen. We know our
No,
wives.
fist bump. Fist bump.
Fist bump.
Yeah, fist
through
bumps
the
only,
screen.
guys. Come on.
Just saying. That actually tells me nothing. I don't know what that. I'm not even.
I
tells
don't
me.
know.
All right. Well, we were gonna do some like embarrassing stories, and we even had another quiz planned, but it's like
We're saving
9.
for part 2.
It's like 9:30, and you guys have a sitter. And honestly, I've had a blast, and I would love to do this again anyway.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun.
Can I get an oh yeah from you, Amber?
Oh yeah.
Wait, can I get one from Kim?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that was not what I expected at all.
That was not what I
went
was
high.
expecting.
I'm gonna clip
Hey,
that. Put it
producer,
on
can
my
I get an oh
soundboard.
yeah from you?
Oh, yeah.
No, not like a
Oh,
cooler.
yeah.
There
the
you
Kool-Aid
go.
guy. Oh yeah, there you go.
Well, I guess we'll wrap it up. This was episode 19. It was different. It was fun. I loved it. Thank you, Amber, for being a part of it.
Thanks for having me.
Eric, this is...
Yeah, and thank you for having us on.
I
I
know.
don't know what you want. To be fair, I was.
What do you want from
Kim,
me?
thanks for being here.
Thank
I really,
you,
it's been
producer.
excellent having you here.
Happy to be
Hello.
All right, guys. If you want to catch up with the show, you can go to woodenericshow.com. Is there anything else that we need to say?
No.
Fist bumps.
How about,
No.
there you go.
No. Fist bumps only.
Fist bumps only.
Bye.
Thank you for watching and listening. Catch up with the Wood and Eric Show at woodeneric.com, fill out the valued viewer form to be part of the show, and leave the boys a voicemail at 210-951-4927. Bye!